Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. Today I'm finally going to be setting up the Guppy tank. Now, I purchased this 20-gallon fish tank about a year ago specifically to hold guppies. I wanted something low maintenance, something low tech that I could keep guppies in. But I completely switched that around once I discovered Coast Jam USA, and I went down to Coast Jam USA and bought my goldfish. So I've been housing goldfish in this tank for probably about a year until I decided to upgrade them into a bigger tank. I'm going to be doing a quick little aquascape on this tank. I'm not going to go too much into depth. It's going to be similar to what I did with the shrimp tank. But the guppy show, there's a guppy show coming near in about 2 weeks. So I need to get this tank ready. I've been really into these aqua tissue culture plants. This is Oranda, I think. I'm not sure really how you say it. It's kind of a reddish plant, so that's one of the things we're going to be using. We're also going to be using a crypt rotella that I used for the shrimp tank. I have plenty in there, so we're going to be using some of this in here. My thinking, this thing has actually been doing pretty good in the shrimp tank. So, alright, so I already went ahead and added some fluval stratum in here. I really like this substrate. It's really dark, and it gives a good contrast to the green and other stuff in here. So I already went ahead and added about half of the bag. This is one of the bigger ones. I think this one's a 17-pound bag. So I added about 8 pounds so far in here. The next step is going to be adding this really nice piece of driftwood. I'm going to try to maneuver it into a way where it kind of sits like that, a little bit even. So I'm going to want the substrate a little bit higher on this. So I think I like the way it sits in there. As you guys can see, this thing is pretty cool. It's got nooks and crannies. I'm gonna be adding a little bit more substrate in the back, but so far I like how it comes out. We got some good natural caves in there. I'm also going to be putting a sponge filter in here, so I put this in the back. I got the heater on the side, and I'm also going to be using the mechanical filter in the back. So the first plant I'm going to be using is this Oranda. I'm not sure how this one will do, because usually the reds don't do very well, and something that doesn't have CO2. This tank's not going to have CO2 for now, unless I change my mind and decide to add some later. But for now, it's not going to have CO2, so I'm not 100% sure how this one's going to do. I'm going to go ahead and try to plant this on the side right here, and then one in the front. So I'm going to kind of split it up into two and just kind of make two little bushes. Okay, everybody, so I managed to make 4 plants out of that one. I kind of want this to kind of bushy out over here, and then I added another one over here, and I want that to kind of bushy out a little bit. I already went ahead and added the rotella in the back. Eventually, I kind of want this whole back to have rotella and make kind of like a screen back here. So eventually, I want all that to be rotella. We're gonna pop this one open. I think this one's the only one that really has a lot of gel. That one kind of didn't have gel really in the bottom, so there wasn't too much to clean, but this one is in a good amount of gel. So I'm gonna go ahead and run this under the sink to get all the gel off. Alright, so I got the crypts back here. I'm hoping over time this will just kind of be a bush of crypts. I'm gonna let them kind of thicken out. Hopefully they do okay. This filter is gonna have a sponge on it eventually. So this filter is going to have a sponge, so I'm not too worried about the plants getting sucked up in here. So that they should do just fine back there. Hopefully that'll just turn into a bush of crypts. I have these plants in here in the front. These are the only ones that I don't know how they'll do. Hopefully they do well, but we're just going to give it a try. And that's kind of how it's going to look right now until I put water in it, and we'll see how it does. Alright guys, so we're back indoors now. I added water into this aquarium about 2 days ago, and I kind of wanted to let it settle down before we moved on to the next step, just to give you guys a better idea of what this fish tank should eventually look like. The next step is going to be to start cycling this fish tank. I'm going to be doing a fishless water cycle. But first, before we move on to that, let's go take a look at the nano shrimp tank. Alright guys, so if you guys recall, I've been doing a fishless water cycle on this nano shrimp tank for about 2 weeks now. And so far it's going really slow, which has been a little bit of a disappointment to me, because I used Fritzzyme Turbo Start 700 live nitrifying bacteria, and I really wanted to give this product a shot, but so far it's been a little bit of a disappointment, because This bottle is supposed to treat up to 50 gallons. Now this is only a 5-gallon fish tank, and you would think that there's enough beneficial bacteria in here to treat a 5-gallon fish tank. Now it is working, it's just going really slow. Now since I'm going to be doing a fishless water cycle on the 20-gallon, I'm going to be using the Dr. Tim's one and only live nitrifying bacteria. I use this on the 40-gallon, so I trust this a little bit more because I know it works. Now this one treats up to 60 gallons. It's a 4-ounce bottle, so I'm going to be taking 1 ounce out of this one and adding it to this tank. I'm curious to see how fast the Dr. Tim's will cycle this tank versus the TurboStart 700. So it might take a while, it might not. Alright guys, so we're back to the 20-gallon. All we got to do is cycle it now. So far it's doing really well. The plants are doing okay. I'm really digging the way the driftwood looks in there. It's so big. So the next step is going to be just to start cycling the fish tank. So I'm going to be doing the Dr. Tim's one and only. I really like this product, and hopefully it does well for me again. So we're going to go ahead and add it. You have to shake this very well, so make sure to shake it. Alright, so now we got to add the bottle. And it should really come out really cloudy, just like that. It'll make your aquarium cloudy, and that's kind of what you want. That's all the good beneficial bacteria swirling around, and you want your tank to be cloudy. Alright guys, so that's it for today. I appreciate you guys watching. If you guys have any questions, please let me know, and I'll definitely try to answer them as soon as possible. I wanted to give you guys a quick glimpse of the white Oranda. She's doing amazing. Her tail, you can't even tell that there was anything wrong with her. So I'm really lucky that she pulled out of it. I still have the tank under observation. As you guys can see, they're swimming around, just acting like normal. So I'm really lucky and happy that she's doing okay. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you guys on the next one. Have a great day, guys.
Oh.